T-minus 20 seconds.
Stage 2 tanks pressing for flight. Flight computer has control of the vehicle.
Do we see anything on the sensors that's a problem?
No, right now. Nothing.
I'll say go for launch.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's going, baby. It's going.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Oh, that's it. Check it out.
Speed 1.2 kilometers per second, downrange distance 11 kilometers.
Shortly after main engine cutoff, we're going to separate the stages and begin the second stage ignition.
Come on.
Main engine cutoff.
Hi, I'm Melly.
My name is Edgar Rivera.
Hello, I am Sonia.
Hi, I'm Jose. We invite you to help us with the question, is Elon Musk a leader to follow?
Or not?
One look and I breathe. One touch feels skin
We will present to Elon Musk as a leader, entrepreneur, and businessman, analyzing his leadership on his companies SpaceX, Hyperloop, SolarCity, and Tesla Motors.
Well, it's time for our debate, our elected character, Elon Musk. I'm Monica, and I'll be the moderator of the debates. Welcome to our panelists, who made a big research about this character, his life, his behavior, in order to answer some questions. The first debate is looking to answer if Elon Musk is a responsible leadership, and just as a reflection, I would like to start with an inspirational phrase as you saw during your leadership classes. From leadership to responsible leadership. For today's complex challenges, we require different types of leaders from what we've had before. Some skills are becoming more important, such as the ability to focus on the long term, to be purpose-driven, and to think systematically. Paul Pullman from Unilever. So, let's start with Melida. Melida, do you believe Elon Musk practices a responsible leadership towards his employees?
I really think Elon Musk is a visionary and a responsible leader, and truly believe in every business venture he puts his mind to, because he has such a strong vision. He is not afraid to face obstacles others might find impossible to overcome, although he clearly likes to put himself at the heart of problem solving. In true adaptive leadership style, it's important not to underestimate the benefit of sharing risk, ideas, and decision-making with the whole team. By empowering everyone in the organization to tackle obstacles themselves, you will not only accelerate the success of the business, but build a more engaged and fulfilled workforce at the same time. An adaptive leader will create a culture of continuous learning and growth. He empowers people to always look for ways to improve.
Sonia, you raised your hand. What do you think about it?
I disagree with you, Melida. His companies have some of the worst working conditions. When it comes to place to work, working for Elon has been one of the worst experiences. In these companies, it is standard to work 80 plus hours per week and pay you would expect a similar position. Sometimes Musk will fire people, other times he will simply intimidate them.
Well, hard words about Elon Musk, Sonia. So, is it responsible to go out to the media before shareholders to promise results in your companies without being clear about the figures or with the firm intention of achieving it by putting pressure on your employees?
Generally, when a company can sell everything they make even before they make it, that is a successful company. That's what success looks like. But Elon Musk, nasty of the lies, came. But Elon Musk, nasty of the lies, came in 2019. Tesla posted its first ever consecutive quarterly profit. Tesla reported a massive loss of $702 billion.
Well, Edgar, just a question for you. Is thinking outside of the box part of Mr. Musk's responsible leadership?
Elon is that person that likes experimenting new things outside of the company. That is another characteristic of a leader. It is a way to become innovative. In this field, Elon sponsors groups through competition on innovative projects.
Wow, Jose, we are going to hear you. Finally, we are going to hear you. What do you think about Elon thinking out of the box?
By hearing Edgar, I just see a clear focus on innovation towards the business. But here we are talking about Elon Musk towards his employees. And thinking out of the box is not just creating new businesses. Thinking out of the box is also thinking out of the box for the employees. It's not just participating in competition. It's also having new ways of attracting and reinforcing and motivating his people. It's been shown that in every article I have read about Elon Musk, the way he approaches his people is by imposing an authority, threatening them, increasing the level of pressure and stress at work. When we talk about innovation, there is a key factor, which is teamwork. And there's nothing about teamwork on the companies that Elon Musk has run or has directed. So when we talk about innovation, he has to be innovative enough in terms of new products, new companies, but he also has to be innovative enough in how he gets towards his employees and closer to them. That's why I don't agree with Edgar.
Jose Luis, let's talk a bit about the current health world crisis. Is it responsible from Elon Musk to require employees to attend work, violating a formal state movement restriction and quarantine?
Clearly not. And Edgar also mentioned the value of stock during the COVID situation. But this is most than just the value of the stock. This is about his people. And this is one of the recently issues where he has shown that he's nothing but an irresponsible leader. Let me explain you why. He's challenging the authorities in order not to respect the quarantine or the isolating restriction. And not just challenging, that he's also calling his people to overthrow the law and to go to work. And if they don't go to work, he will take some consequences for them.
Melida, please let us know your opinion.
Also, the answer cannot be just a resounding no. Musk has a clear financial interest in resuming business as usual, and he's seen pushing hard for it. But it's not just him. He shared the opening the Texas, writing that factories should reopen with care and appropriate protection. In Musk's view, it's apparently unfair that local and state governments have allowed certain tariffs on manufacturing in California and the rest of the country to reopen. Tesla, he and many of his supporters seem to believe, is the victim of an uneven approach to resuming production. We know many essential businesses have proven they can successfully operate using strict safety and social distancing practices. I strongly believe these same practices could be possible for our manufacturing businesses, especially those that are so critical to our employment base. So in this case, he is not acting irresponsibly. From my point of view, he's taking action more responsible than other leaders that just continues at home without real action to improve the employee situation during this current health war.
Edgar, please, your conclusion.
There is no need to master anyone for not meeting a goal. Simply select your staff better and you will not have any problems.
Jose Luis, please, your recommendation for Elon Musk.
I don't really think Elon needs a mindset change. A mindset change in terms of becoming a good leader of great impact to the business, the organization, and even himself. A great leader connects with the team. And actually, Sonia and I, we have identified that he doesn't connect to them. So he needs to facilitate open communication, real encourage of the people, inviting them for growth as well as the business. They think about the development of the people and giving and receiving feedback.
Okay,
Thank you.
let's move on. All right, let's talk about sustainable leadership and remember some things you have learned at your leadership class. Sustainable leadership invites people to ask the right questions with clear values and to become aware of behaviors. Some numbers here. 93% of CEOs regard sustainability as key to success. 84% of CEOs believe that business should lead efforts to define and deliver sustainable development goals. And 67% of CEOs do not believe that business is doing enough to address global sustainability challenge. So, Edgar, why could we say that Elon Musk practices are sustainable leadership?
I read world-renowned psychologist Sean Actor asserts in this book the habits advantage. That habits and positive are key drivers of success and productivity. It is the case of Elon. He has developed the important leadership qualities. First, Elon is a proactive learner. Second, he is a hard worker. Third, he is a bold visionary. And fourth, he is an unwavering optimist, which still influences in his success today.
Sonia, I can see in your face you are not agree.
No, completely disagree. So, you think that the workers came to work fearing every day will be their last at the company? And as one former executive said, everyone in Tesla is in an abusive relationship with Elon. I disagree with you.
Jose Luis, don't you think that Elon Musk motivates his workers to the effort and delivers out of the standard to bring out the best in people?
I don't think so. I mean, he confuses motivation with excessive pressure. Edgar just mentioned some qualities of a leader, but I don't really see them in Elon. I just see them as a resume by the book, but he doesn't really practice them. Every time he practices one of those qualities, is in a way of getting a selfish benefit for him. And let me explain it for you. Most visionary entrepreneurs, we know they are pushers, they press and they demand a lot from the people. We have the example of Bill Gates, we have the example of Steve Jobs, and we have this example of Elon Musk we are talking about. But when you are a leader, when you are in the top of the pyramid, you cannot just forget about the rest of the people, and you cannot think everyone is as a workaholic as you are. I mean, you have to moderate how much people can really deliver and how much people can really embrace the challenges you are putting in front of them. It doesn't mean also to be mediocre with them, but you really need to know how to push them, how hard to drive them. You cannot assume people is an Autobot or a human machine, and that's what happened with him. Elon Musk, every time Elon Musk goes out on the media and promise a new product or promise a new development, he is aware of what's the capacity he really have in terms of not only people, but also in terms of installed capacity in order to fulfill the commitment. We cannot also forget about the sexual harassment scandal that Elon Musk company has. And the main thing that worries is not the issue that sexual harassment is there. It's the issue that is there, he's aware of it, and he doesn't do anything.
Edgar, again with you. What do you think about it?
Instead of Jose, I believe that Musk has demonstrated resilience with all his projects. He never gives up. He never abandons his ideas. Despite the fact no one believes that what he thinks is possible. This is the example and motivation that he gives to his workers.
Melida, a question for you. Is Elon Musk really interested in the sustainability of humanity, or just the creation of his own capital, or the conquest of the space?
In the own words of Elon, he has not just an environmental concern. Entire humanity sustainability is the focus. Musk is altering the way business and technology evolve. He is not just a capitalist or entrepreneur seeking wealth or power. While he is successful and has great personal wealth, he has not been his motivation. In 2008, Musk was on the verge of failure in his personal and professional life. SpaceX had 3 failed space launches. Tesla Roadster had production issues, and his wife had filed for divorce. For him, sustainability is a word that refers primarily to the future of the human species, and as a result, the environment must be cared for. He truly wants to better humanity as a whole, I think.
Jose Luis, your opinion, please.
When we talk about sustainability, and we saw it in class with Stefan, when we talk about sustainability, we are talking about a holistic concept. This is not only to have a company with a vision, with fancy messages, is also having good practices within the company. And he doesn't have it. I mean, one cannot just project to have sustainability ideas and do not implement solutions by being consistent with it. And by consistency, I mean you cannot forget the importance of the employee in the equation. And we haven't seen an example proposed by Melida or Edgar where they reinforce that this guy really is committed with his people and drive them to a real development.
Sonia, is Tesla really a sustainable business?
If a company is not profitable in the long term, it is not sustainable. The company is taking money from investors on the express promise that the investors may make more money with the company than with another investment. And an unprofitable company is also susceptible of bankruptcy, with spread weights of physical materials and the unemployment of its workforce. Long story short, sustainable companies are those that are profitable in the long term, protect the environment and natural resources, and contribute social equality and equity. For this reason, I believe that his business are not sustainable, really.
Melida, from your point of view, is Tesla really a sustainable business?
Okay, check. Tesla and Elon Musk might have his faults, but research still shows electric cars has a better for the environment from gasoline or diesel vehicles. So, despite less than sustainable manufacturing processes, a Missouri University study found electric vehicles produce 50% less than CO2 than gasoline cars, even when the energy produced for charging is accounted for. Challenges such as lithium battery recycling will become easier to address as the electric car market grows and demand for the service scales up.
Okay, team, just to finish this second debate, please, Melida, give us your conclusion.
Okay, I think that Elon could slow down a bit, build on his business income, and make sure of the next project will lead. This will allow him to take a brighter and research to continue, and most importantly, he will not have to lie to the media or avoid a drop in your share price.
We finished our debate and our discussion about Elon Musk, if he's a leadership or not, if he's a sustainable leadership. We would like to know, what do you think about Elon Musk, our character of today?
Bravo! Woo!